Yo. I know y'all peeped last night's episode of the Have and a Have Nots. So if you didn't peep it, let me give you a little rundown and all the mess and all the juiciness that happened in this episode or whatever the case may be. So it starts off with Candace beating up Quincy's sister. She popping on her because Quincy's sister fixed her lips to say that she know that Candace killed her brother and that it's her fault that her nephew is dead. So I'm like, oh, she like fessing her up real quick. Like, what Candace gonna do? I'm just looking at the TV like, oh my God, Candace about to go crazy. Candace about to pop on. I just knew it was coming. Like, cause like Candace don't play that whatever. So and the way Candace looked like she giving her that look like shut up. Like what are you talking about? I'm really about to pop on you. Like you talking crazy. So Candace popped on her as I knew because like Candace is like that. So I knew she was gonna pop on her or whatever. So she pops on her and all that. So after she pops on her, the cops come and they breaking it up and whatnot. They breaking it up or whatever. So after that, Candace goes and she speaks to Jeffrey in in what's it called? Integration room, interrogation room. Okay, yeah, my bad. I don't know how to pronounce certain big words like that, But interrogation room. She speaks to Jeffrey in the interrogation room, and Jeffrey's basically like, I'm in here for your crime. Like same thing he was saying before, he in there for her crime. Same thing we all know, he in there for her crime or whatever. And Candace like, well, I don't care. Like you need to shut up. You need to ride this out because I'm definitely not telling on me. And he's like, well, you need to turn yourself in. Everybody telling her to turn herself in, knowing that she's not gonna do that. Like she's definitely not gonna turn herself in. They got somebody, so she's like, okay, let me keep running. Like they not focusing on me. Like they already got the person. So let me keep on running. Let my lawyer, which is Veronica's her lawyer, handle this. And um in my opinion, she should definitely turn herself in, but she's not. She don't care. She's heartless. She don't care. Whatever the case may be, she's not gonna turn herself in. So Jeffrey is serving time for her crime, basically. So Jeffrey is like, well, how long you want me to be quiet? And he starts screaming for the guard, and um Candace is like, be quiet, because she knows there's cameras in there. She know they could see her. She know all that, so she don't want to make it seem like she's really did the crime and she's just trying to scare him so that he can say he did the crime or whatever. But the guard comes and Candace leaves or whatever. So as she's leaving, she sees David, and David's telling her like, why you got my son in here? So she was like, no, that technically be your wife. Well, technically, it is his wife who put him in here. His wife is the one who actually said out of her own mouth that her own son did it, knowing that her son did not do it. Well, her son did it with Candace, but she didn't even mention Candace, that he did it with somebody, none of that. She was just like straight that he definitely just killed him or whatever, when Candace had a part in that. But Candace looks, see, if you look at it, Candace is like, basically, why would I snitch on myself? They got another suspect. Like that's like them catching somebody and you like, no, it's not that person, it's me. Some people do it, but 9 times out of 10, nobody gonna do that. So she feel, if I'm running, why? If I'm running, they got a suspect. Why would I come out and say I didn't or whatever? So fast forward or whatever, Quincy's sister got let out because Oscar is the one who bailed out. They said that she could get out, whatever. So Oscar's the one who bails Quincy's sister out and whatnot, and he's asking her for the pin to Wyatt's account because she had took Wyatt's card, and Wyatt called the card in and said that it was for fraud, but Oscar that someone had stole his card or whatever, and he can't get into none of his accounts or anything. So they said it was a fraud alert put on his account, and it was actually Oscar he was talking to. Now, Oscar, all I know is Oscar's partners with Jim. So he probably wants his card because Jim is trying to stop his payments from the money Wyatt had got, since um Wyatt's gonna tell all the little dirty work Jim was doing. So since Oscar works with Jim, that's what I think is gonna happen. Is something somehow he's just gonna stop his payments, and that's why I think Oscar put a fraud, said that it was a fraud locked on his account so he could change the pin, and so he could give him money for that. or whatever. Um, First, Quincy's sister acting like she don't know what he's talking about when he's talking to him. When she's talking to Oscar, she's like, "What are you talking about?" Whatever. So she's like, "I'm." He's like, "I'm the one who built you out." So once he said that, I'm like, "Sis, you better talk to him because like he built you out or whatever. You better give him what he want." So after that, she still wasn't with it. She was like, "Well, I ain't telling you nothing and all this." So he was like, "I could get you locked back up." So that's when she wanted to hear more and wanted to hear what he said. And that's when he asked for Wyatt's pen or whatever the case may be. And after he asked for Wyatt's pen, she still tried to act like she didn't know. So he was about to really get her life back up until he said that he'll give her $500, tell her everything he needs to know. And boom. So after that, um who was in the interrogation room? I'm trying to think because I watched this like last night. So after I watched it, it was so much going on. I don't remember everything, but somebody's in the interrogation room and they talking to the boom. Candace is in the interrogation room and she's talking to the prosecutor that's on the case or whatever. And he's saying he knows she did it and he pulls out the evidence of the bracelet, which we all know if you watched the show before that is Benny's bracelet, what that was actually found with Quincy Maxwell's body in the back of Candace's yard because Benny is the one who buried the body. But nobody knows this is Benny bracelet. They don't know who bracelet it is, which I don't understand why they don't know who bracelet it is when Benny went to jail for the same thing but got locked out because they couldn't pin that it was his bracelet. So I guess some way somehow from it being in the dirt that long, the DNA got knocked off or whatever because they still didn't find out it was Benny's. And probably because Benny said it wasn't his bracelet and probably because it wasn't on his arm at the time, so he used that as getting away with that or whatever the case may be. But they interrogating Candace and Candace says she don't know nothing about no murder. She don't know what he talking about. She's like it can't be her. She don't know what he's talking about. She don't recognize that bracelet. So she's acting dumb throughout the whole situation. Which she playing is smart. I'm gonna give it to you. Candace is a smart bitch. Like she acting dumb for a reason. So she don't get caught with all that stuff. She's not gonna go down for the murder. Her lawyer, she knows that she can't speak without Veronica. She knows Veronica got it under control. She's letting Veronica handle it as Veronica said she was gonna handle it or whatever. So she not saying nothing or whatever. After that, fast forward back to the whole Wyatt thing. The cop comes in because Wyatt had came down to the precinct because they said he has to put a police report out if he know who fraud his account. He don't know who actually fraud his account, but I think he basically has an idea because he called them and said that something was wrong with his account. So the cop comes and let him fill out the paperwork, and when he comes out, Oscar gives him $1,000 because Oscar had paid the cop to go through with um getting Wyatt down to the police station so he could file his report or whatever, and so that they could do what they have to do on their end. However, to stop the payment from getting to Wyatt some way or some way to stop his money, some way to control his money and all that. So in order for him to even say it was a report in order to get fixed, he has to sign something. But it's some type of scam thing, fraud shit going on in that police station or whatever. So um so this is the T of the T. This is the mess of the mess. At the end of the show, this is when it gets real messy. Like I'm warning y'all, it gets real messy this part. So at the end of the show, um Benny comes through to Veronica's house. He rides to Veronica's house. I mean, no, David rides to Veronica's house. Benny was already there because Veronica then called him over for a booty call to get some dick, whatever you want to call it. She called him over there to get some or whatever. So, David comes because he said he wanted to stop by Veronica's house. He had called her before the time he wanted to stop by, and he just wanted to talk to her. So he stops by and Jeffrey's fake girlfriend, whatever, the one he trying to his mother trying to make it seem like he dating so he don't seem gay or whatever. Her, yeah, whatever her name is, her. She's sitting in the living room, so he's like, "Where's Veronica?" So she's like, oh my God, you rude, say hi or whatever. So Jim, woo, David goes hi and says hi to her. David goes hi and says hi to her or whatever, and he's like, "Where's Veronica?" So she's like in her room, and he goes, "Well, where's her room?" So she goes, "Oh, on at the top of the stairs." As a matter of fact, I'll show you. So I already know she was about to get something from Benny. So before he had came, Benny showed up and she was already about to get something from Benny. They was already kissing, his shirt was off. She was about to get something before David even showed up. And before Benny showed up, she was talking to David for him to come over. I guess she didn't think that David was actually gonna come over because she told him she didn't want to speak to him or and all that or whatever. She told him basically like she told him off and didn't really invite him. So she didn't think David was gonna come, but Benny was there. Benny came and he was smashing her or whatever. So when she walks in, um when the girl takes David upstairs, I said she walks in. Nobody walked in yet. But when the girl, Jeffrey's little play wife, his little fake wife, because Jeffrey gay. So Jeffrey's little play wife or whatever, when she shows David upstairs, they hear noises. So she's like, she must be getting some or whatever. Like she moaning, she gotta be doing getting some duh. So anyway, they open the door. She's like, oops. The play wife is like, oops, and Benny is smashing Veronica, whatever. So Veronica's like, continue what you're doing, show him what you got, show him how you better or whatever. And Benny's like, excuse me, like you a little freak. You want your ex-husband to watch me smashing you or whatever. So that's how it ends. Stay tuned. Keep watching my videos so I could keep y'all updated on the latest mess and all the juice and whatever. I'll talk to y'all later.